Well, howdy friends, Brian Flechsig of Mad River Outfitters and the Midwest Fly Fishing Schools, and welcome back to another one of our fly fishing Q&A videos. You know friends, we always appreciate your questions. In fact, that's what we do, is pretty much answer questions and help folks with fly fishing and selecting the right stuff for fly fishing. But as always, send those questions over to email at admin@madriveroutfitters.com, or even better yet, pick up the phone and give us a call. So anyways, let's jump right in. Bob Langlois, hope I pronounced that properly, from Muskegon, Michigan. Bob says, "Hi Brian and all the great people at MRO. My name is Bob Langlois. I'm from Muskegon, Michigan. I fish the Au Sable, the Manistee, and Marquette rivers here. I will occasionally fish the Muskegon River. I have a couple of questions. The first is about swinging streamers. I'm not sure what that means or how to do it. I do fish streamers quite a bit, but I use the strip jerk method, or I think Kelly originally called it the jerk strip retrieve. I know because of your videos, my leader for stripping streamers needs to be 4 to 5 foot. Would it be the same for swinging streamers? And how is swinging streamers done?" Well, first of all, you say, "I know because of your videos, my leader for stripping streamers needs to be 4 to 5 foot. Well, that's typically off of a sinking line. If you're using a sink tip or a sinking line and you're fishing Kelly Gallup style, yes. I usually go 4 foot. In fact, my formula is 2 foot butt, 1 foot mid, 1 foot tippet. I usually don't go to 5 foot. I might go to 5 foot on an intermediate tip, which we do use often. If you're fishing a floating line, just to be clear, I'm usually going 6 to 7 foot on my leaders. Okay, I do want a slightly longer leader, 6 to 7 foot on a floating fly line, just to be clear. But would it be the same for swinging streamers? And the answer is yes. You're probably gonna most often swing a streamer. Well, let me jump ahead. How is swinging streamers done? Well, swinging any fly, whether it's a streamer, whether it's I swing a lot of soft tackles and wet flies for general trout fishing. We also swing a lot of flies for steelhead and for salmon. Of course, out west on the West Coast, swinging, especially with the two-handed spay rods, is what you do. And swinging a fly just means that you let it swing in the current. So you throw it out there. So you basically need a contact style leader, the same as you would use for streamers. That's correct. You're going to throw it out, and as opposed to mending upstream so that your fly is dead drift with the current, you're going to allow the current to either grab your line and pull it down so it starts to swing or drag that fly across the current, or you might even throw a downstream mend, so that the current grabs your line and pulls that fly. In fact, there's quite a science on the proper mending. And if you want that fly to move more quickly across the current, then you might mend a little more aggressively so that it pulls at a faster pace. Caught ya. Sorry to interrupt. I know you were concentrating there. But just wanted to point out some really cool fly boxes. And you know, you've heard me say it before, Mad River Outfitters does not have sponsors, so we rely on your support. And of course, hop on over to madriveroutfitters.com. Think about picking up a fly box or two. We always need fly boxes. And we've got some really cool new stuff too over on the website and here in the shop. So, you know, some cool streamer boxes. We've got these new jig boxes, adjustable compartmentalized fly boxes. I mean, it's just hundreds and hundreds of fly boxes. So who can't use a new cool fly box? So we appreciate your support, friends. We couldn't do this without you. So thanks for being here and thanks for your support. Now back to the video. That's actually a big deal, especially when you're fishing out on the West Coast. So it really couldn't be easier. It is contact fly fishing, but you're allowing the fly just to swing across and then downstream of you. It can be done with streamers. Again, it can be done with, I do it a lot with soft hackles and wet flies. And it can be done with, of course, traditional salmon and steelhead flies. And yes, that would be, it's most often done with a floating fly line. Especially where you are in Michigan, you're probably not going to just swing on sinking lines, because that sinking line would eventually, most likely, go all the way to the bottom, and it's going to drag your fly to the bottom and might get hung up on, the line itself might get hung up on rocks. Sinking lines are going to be best when you retrieve them, because remember, they stop sinking the moment you start stripping. So almost always on floating lines, you can go with a 6, 7, even 9-foot leader, whatever you're comfortable with or whatever you feel you need. And yes, it's just a contact style leader. That leader would be the same that you need for throwing that streamer or that particular wet fly or soft hackle. Tapered down just like you would. You're going to build it with a good butt section, a taper in the middle, and appropriate tippet for the fly and the size of fish that you're catching. And so instead of casting it out and stripping, you're just casting it out and letting it swing, with the rod leading it so that you can be ready to set a hook downstream and down to the side. So hopefully that helps you out, Bob. If you ever have any further questions, you can give me a call. It looks like I did answer you via email as well, but this is a question that we thought some of our viewers might appreciate as well. But regardless, we're going to send you a hat and a fly box up to Muskegon, Michigan. So thanks, Bob. We appreciate you watching. Thanks for being a part of what we do. So there you have it, friends. Another Q&A video under our belt. As always, friends, if you ever have questions, pick up the phone and give us a call. That's the best way to have your question answered. But you can also shoot those over to admin@madriveroutfitters.com. Remember that there's absolutely no way. I answer questions via email. I work in the shop 6 to 7 days a week. There's no way I can answer and respond to comments on YouTube. It's just not physically or humanly or subconsciously possible. There's not that many hours in the day. So anyways, but send your questions over to admin@madriveroutfitters.com. And if we pick one to be read here on the YouTube channel, we're going to send you out a Mad River Outfitters hat and a fly box. So as always, friends, hop on over to our website, register to receive our monthly newsletter, subscribe to our YouTube channel. That really helps us out. Hit the like button. That just makes us feel good. And stay tuned, because we've got a lot more in fact, a ton more fly fishing content coming your way. Thanks for watching.